Hiya, it's been a month or so since my last update, so I thought I would fill you in because my life has substantially changed yet again. I've actually moved house, and not only have I moved house but I've moved countries. So I'm actually living in Melbourne, Australia at the moment. I am staying with my auntie and uncle, and I'm looking for a job, so I'm unemployed. So big changes there. I couldn't mention that in my last video because I hadn't handed in my resignation at work yet, but I have now. I've been here for about 2 weeks now. I had a job interview today, and it's a job I really want, and it went well, so hopefully I'll be asked to come back for another interview next week. But about 5 minutes ago I actually got another phone call and have another interview on Friday with a different company, so it's looking really hopeful, so that's positive. Now, the reason I moved countries was, if you recall, I was actually working as a chemical engineer in a chemical company to the wood preservation treatment industry. And if anyone remembers, my masters that I did through Rotary was actually in bioplastics, and I have since decided that although I do like chemical engineering and I do like the wood industry, I love plastics and I want to get back into it. So I've made the decision that there are more opportunities here in Melbourne, and I've got the support of my family here, and so I've come over and I'm looking for a job. So far it's quite encouraging. There seems to be quite a few companies I would like to work for, and quite a few positions that I can see myself being happy in, and being able to grow within the companies that they're in and that sort of thing. It turns out the job interview that I went for today, I applied for it. It's a process engineering job in a plastics factory, and when I got shortlisted for it, the agent told me which company it was, and it's actually a company that specialises in biopolymers, so it's right up my alley, and I'm really excited about that job. If I don't get it, I'm sure there'll be another job that I'm just as happy with, but fingers crossed. So I'm living with my cousins. It's really nice to be back with family and spending time with them as well. It's obviously a bit stressful being unemployed, but I know I've made the right decision to come over here, and I'm confident that I can find something that better suits me than my previous position, just because of that industry change. So one thing Rotary has taught me is to, don't sit around waiting, don't sit around dreaming, go and make it happen, go and do it. And so I have thrown caution to the wind and moved to Australia unemployed, and it's quite easy as a Kiwi to move to Australia. You don't have to get a visa or anything like that, it's just reciprocal works rights. So yeah, it's working out pretty well so far, if I could just get a job. It was quite sad saying goodbye to all my friends and family in New Zealand, but they're just like 3.5 hours flight away, so not too big of a deal really. I'm looking forward to joining and finding a Rotaract club over here. I've already been in touch with the district, but apparently there's quite a few Rotaract clubs within Melbourne City, and I need to find out where my job will be, because that will dictate where I live, which will dictate which Rotaract club I need to approach. I went back to the UK recently and graduated. It was fantastic. I caught up with everyone. It was so great to see everyone at Swansea Bay Rotary Club and speak to them. I hope they were filled in a little bit on what I'm doing. I did tell them that I would be moving to Melbourne. It was interesting to take my parents over and show my parents my UK, and they showed me their UK, and just making the contrast was fascinating actually, the things that they noticed and the things that I didn't notice, and the opinions I had. And it really, going back to Swansea, really showed me that the whole year I was there, I had a very positive attitude, and I take everything with a grain of salt really, and I think, looking back, I really think I made the most out of my year in Swansea as an ambassadorial scholar, so that's nice to know that I took the best from it. Obviously I graduated, and it was really awesome to have Rotary's support behind me in that. I had 2 Rotarians present at my ceremony, and through Rotary I was organised to have professional photos taken with my supervisor and my parents, as well as meeting the Vice-Chancellor. So once again, Rotary just opens doors. So actually I spoke about Rotary in my job interview today. It's become such a huge part of my life, and it's interconnected with my core values and my core beliefs, that it actually comes up quite a lot for me. When I'm presenting myself to other people, I quite often refer back to Rotary as a sort of a standard, if you will. So yeah, it has, Rotary still continues to be a big part of my life, whether or not I'm involved with a Rotary club. So life seems to be going as always. I know I always say this, but my life's going really well, and it's really an exciting stage in my life at the moment. So I'm really looking forward to settling down in Melbourne for the meantime, not forever, but for a substantial amount of time. So yeah, I think it's close enough that I can go home and see my parents and brother and his wife and their baby, which will be here by Christmas. So I can go and visit them over Christmas, or for a holiday or a weekend. It's quite common that Kiwis or Australians go vice versa, just for a long weekend or something like that. So it's close enough that I can be very much a part of my family's and friends' lives, but I get all the benefits of being in a bigger country and a bigger city, and all the career benefits that come with that. So yeah, I think it was a good move. I wasn't very receptive to it when it was first suggested to me about 8 or 9 months ago, but I thought about it, and it does seem to be the most logical decision for me. So hopefully it works out for me. I'll obviously let you know when I get a job. I'll do another update and tell you all about it. Possibly from my new house, if I find a place to rent, or that sort of thing. So yeah, everything's going really well. I'm keen to really make a life here. So I hope you are all well. I'll put some photos up from my trip to the UK, because I also got to go to Paris and Tokyo, which was amazing. So I'll pop a few pictures up from that, and from my leaving party in New Zealand, because that's always fun. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you at my next update. Bye.